Okay. Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon to all. Children, we have just started our discussion about the third chapter from politics. Why do we need a parliament? Okay, so we have seen that under the British rule, we Indians do not have any freedom to participate in the decision-making process. Okay, and almost all the laws which were made by the Britishers, it all was arbitrary. Okay, do not give any justice to the Indian people. Okay, they have made all these laws only for themselves. Okay, it's not meant for the Indians. Have told you many examples: Rowlatt Act, Sedition Act, Vernacular Press Act. Okay, many acts which were passed by the Britishers, they all were arbitrary. Okay, they do not give any justice to the Indians. Okay, so the Indian National Congress, the first political party, they demanded the representation there in the Legislative Assembly. At first, the Britishers were not ready to agree to this. Okay, the Britishers were not ready to agree to this, but the Government of India Act of 1909. Okay, so the Government of India Act of 1909 allowed for indirect election to the Legislative Assembly. What do you mean by indirect election? What do you mean by direct election? Hello, children, are you there?
Hear us, ma'am?
Direct election and indirect election. What is direct election? See, children, the voters. Okay, the voters are allowed to elect the candidates. Okay, elect the representatives. That is direct election. Okay, the direct election. But the indirect election means that the members, okay, they were chosen by some selected members. Okay, so the Government of India Act, which was passed in which year this act was passed? Government of India Act. Which year it was passed?
19.
Yes. Okay. It allowed for indirect election. That means the members to the Legislative Assembly were chosen by some selected members. Okay. But it do not give representation to all section of people. Okay. So, but the national leaders, okay, they were not satisfied with this. Okay, they do wanted to represent all people into the Legislative Assembly. Okay, so after a long struggle, we have gone through the many movements which was organized by many of the nationalist leaders. And after a long struggle of long time, okay, long period, India, it became independent on 15th August 1947. And it was, you know, that journey. That means the people, most of the leaders were arrested, imprisoned, and even killed by the Britishers. And after when we became free, that time, Indian leaders, okay, the nationalist leaders, they have drafted our constitution, which had given importance to the parliamentary form of government. Okay, a democratic form of government. The rulers were elected by the people and as a citizens. Okay, all citizens are getting a chance to elect their members. That means universal adult franchise is guaranteed by our constitution. All adults in India, irrespective of their caste, religion, gender, wealth, all are allowed to vote. Okay, so we are electing our representatives, and through these representatives, we are getting a chance to be a part of the decision-making process. Isn't it, children?
Yes,
okay, that means we are electing, the people are electing their representatives. Okay, and these representatives are involving in the decision-making process. They were deciding the laws for the entire country. Okay, so we are electing these representatives. So through these representatives, all citizens are getting a chance to participate in the decision making process. Okay, but during the Britishers, it was the same?
No, ma'am.
No.
No.
Okay, the Britishers were deciding the laws for the country. Okay, it was a foreign power. Okay, and it is deciding the rules and regulations for our country. Okay, so Indians do want to represent their country. So it is the responsibility of the Indian people to frame the laws for the citizens, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, you know, children, so we have opted, okay, after when we became independent, we have opted the parliamentary system. Okay, that means a democratic country like India. Okay, they were choosing the parliamentary system. And we were a colony under the Britishers. So India was influenced by the British parliamentary system. That means to give equal representation to all. That means all citizens are getting a chance to participate in this decision making process. Nobody is being discriminated. Okay, then to reduce the chances of dictatorship. What is dictatorship? One person is holding his power over the other people. Okay, so it reduced the chance of dictatorship. That means the people are getting a chance to decide the members of this parliament. Okay, and you know, children, these are the main reason why we opt the parliamentary system of government in India. Okay, now we will discuss about the parliament. Okay, we know it is the law-making body of our government. Okay, and we do have a parliament there in Delhi, and the elected representatives. Okay, the parliament, you know, children, legislature, which is the three major organs of the parliament.
Legislature, executive, and judicial.
Executive and
Judicial.
judiciary. Okay, three organs of the government. And the parliament, it consists of, that means legislature, it consists of the elected representatives. Okay, that means the people, those who were elected by the people. Okay, and what is their function, you know, children? The decision of the people creates a democratic government. If the people of that country, if they were deciding the representatives, okay, then it creates a democratic government. Okay, and these people were the people, okay, who decide its function. Okay, that means a government or the representatives were elected by the people, and these all parliaments. Okay, before that, let me revise the points which we have studied in our previous year. Do you remember about constituencies? What are constituencies? Who is Ivana? Some other students from other classes here. Ivana. Okay. So, you know, children, the representatives, we are electing the representatives. The people are deciding the representatives, and they were deciding. These representatives are making or framing the laws for the entire country. And the constituencies. My question was constituencies. What are constituencies? Gopika Aram. What are constituencies? Have you heard this term before? Gokul. What are constituencies? Tell me the answer. Anyone, please?
Ma'am, constituencies tells the fundamental nature of the society.
Fundamental? Not constitution. I'm asking about constituencies.
people voting for a legislative body.
That means, children, a clear definition. Anyone? Gopika, Parvati?
Ma'am, India is divided into different areas for the purpose of election, and
Yes.
these areas are
Very
called.
good. Okay. Children, for the election purpose, each state it is dividing into many areas. Okay, many areas for the election purpose. Okay, these were called as constituencies. Okay, and children, from all these constituencies, each political party, we have various political parties are here in our country, isn't it? BJP is the Congress, Communist. Okay, many political parties are there, and from all these constituencies, each political party will contest for the election, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the person the political party which has won the maximum vote, okay, he will become the MPs or MLA. Okay, that means member of the parliament. What do you mean by what is the full form of MP?
Member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament. Okay, so children, these all members or these all elected representatives, they all together, they will make up the parliament. And through these representatives, okay, the responsibility of these representatives, they needed to control and guide the government. Okay, so the people are getting a chance to elect their representatives. These representatives, that means they were chosen from the various constituencies of India. That means India is divided into many small units for the election purpose. And from these whole constituencies, each political party will contest for the election. And the representatives, okay, the chosen representative, that means the person who is elected. Who is elected? That means who score maximum vote. Okay, so these person will be there in the parliament as MP. Okay, and these all members all together make up the parliament, and their duty is to control and guide the government. Okay, now children, our country, it is divided into 543 constituencies at present. Okay, that means India total, okay, total India, it is divided into 543 constituencies. And from each constituency, the political parties, okay, of that constituency, of that area, they will contest for the election. And the person who scored the maximum vote, okay, he will be elected, okay, as the MP. Okay, the elected members become the members of the parliament. Okay, so India is divided into various constituencies. And from each constituency, the political parties will contest. And the person who scored the maximum vote, that means if a person, he is from BJP, okay, BJP, and if he scored the maximum vote, he will become the MP. So these all members from these all constituencies, 543 constituencies, they together will make up the parliament. Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that means we are electing these people. Okay, these are the elected representatives of India. So these people were chosen by, that means these representatives were chosen by the people. Okay, so we are getting a chance to, and these people, these elected members, they were deciding the laws for the country. So we are getting a chance to involve in the decision-making process because these people were elected by ourselves, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, we will study in detail about the functions of parliament. Before that, you need to underline some sentences in the textbook. Page number 34 Page number 34. Below the picture, the Parliament of India, it is the supreme lawmaking body. Underline. It has two houses. We'll discuss in detail. Now you underline this. The Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha, Council of State. That is the another name of Rajya Sabha. It consists of 245 members. Underline. Chaired by the president. See below the picture. Okay.
Page number.
Page number 34. And Lok Sabha, House of the People. That is another name. With the total membership of 545 and presided over by, Lok Sabha is presided over by the Speaker. Okay.
Can you say once more?
Page number 34. Below the picture, there are some sentences about our parliament. Our parliament, it consists of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, it also known as Council of State. Okay, and the total members. Tell me.
245.
Yes, 245. And Lok Sabha, it's also known as
House of the People.
yes, House of the People, because the elected representatives can be seen there. And the total numbers,
545.
545 members. And this one, presided over by
Speaker. The Speaker.
the Speaker. And you know who is the important person here? Lok Sabha. Prime Minister. Okay. He is the leader of this elected representatives. Okay, so Prime Minister is there. And this one, Rajya Sabha, it is chaired by Vice President. Who is our Vice President? Okay, children. So our parliament. So parliament, it consists of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. Then Lok Sabha, there were total 545 members, and who is the Prime Minister is an important person because he is the leader of the majority party. That means the person who means the party which forms the government. Okay, he is the leader of the majority party. Okay, then it is presided over by the Speaker. Okay, then Rajya Sabha, total numbers 245, chaired by a Vice President as well. Okay, and now we will discuss about the functions of the parliament. The important function of the parliament is to select the national government. That means regularly we were conducting election to choose the national government after every 5 years. Okay, and the party, these all political parties will contest for the election, and the majority party, they needed to form the government, and the leader, okay, the leader of the majority party, they will choose one member or one elected representative as the Prime Minister. Okay, Prime Minister. Then another important role or function of the parliament, the law making body. That means it is making the laws for the entire country. Please note it down, children. And also this parliament, they need to control and guide the government as well. Okay, so these are the important functions of the parliament. First one, to select the national government. They need to frame laws for the entire country. They needed to control and guide the national government as well. Okay, so let us discuss in detail about each of these chambers of the parliament. Okay, see children, please note it down. Lok Sabha. Okay, it can have a maximum of 552 members, out of which 530 are to be elected from the state. That means for the election purpose, each state, it will divide into various constituencies, and from all these constituencies, the people will elect their representatives. Okay, so maximum of 552 members, out of which 530, okay, they are the representatives from the different states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka as well, and 20 from the 7 union territories. Which are the union territories? You know, children, just unless my portions will not end. Okay, you know, children, there were 533 members. Okay, they were elected from the state. Okay, and 20 people were elected from the union territories. It was belonged to the Article 81 of our Constitution, and 2 are nominated by the president from the Anglo-Indian community. Who were Anglo-Indians? Have you heard this term, Anglo-Indian?
Yes.
You know, children, the people. Yeah, mixture of culture. That means
British
Indians
and
and Britishers. Some Britishers, they have settled over here in India. They haven't returned back to their homeland, and their daughters, their descendants were here. Okay, and they have intermarriage with the Indian people. Okay, so 2 Anglo-Indians were there. And you know, children, this representation was given by Jawaharlal Nehru. After when we became independent, this Anglo-Indian representation was approved by Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so children, just see the composition of members. 530 elected representatives from different states. Okay, and 20 members were chosen from the union territories. And 2 members, 2 Anglo-Indians that were chosen by the president. Okay, so maximum it can be 552. Clear, children? Okay, then you know, children, 5 years. The total time of one government. Okay, that means it is 5 years, after which it dissolved. That means it will dissolve and the next election will come, and the same, okay, the political party which has won the maximum constituencies, they will form the government. And in case of an emergency, sometimes, you know, some emergency situations, the president, okay, or he can extend the time limit of the, very rare it has happened, and the president can extend the time of the existing parliament as well. Okay, so here, you know, the state legislative assembly election, you know,